visit Ray, El Ranchito Taco Shop.
Yeah, totally. Check them out on Facebook.com/Ranchito Elsinore.
Or on their Instagram at Ranchito Elsinore.
Now I want me some Elsinore burrito and some of that creamy guac.
Giggity.
I can always give you some of my creamy guac, Jake. Just ask.
El Ranchito Taco Shop, Lake Elsinore.
More than just great Mexican food.
And we're back to another lovely Friday, guys. This is Customer States Podcast, where we talk about everything in the automotive industry. My name is Jake Reckes. I've been in the automotive field for a long time, and been a service advisor for about 3. And I come to this to hang out with my friends and drink beer. So,
With that, we salute you.
it's Modelo time. It's all about Customer States.
Next on the boat.
So, like I was saying,
I like mine.
Man, I was thirsty. I don't know what else to tell you.
parched. So, like I said, I'm Jake Reckes, Customer Stage. You know the whole jingle. To my left is the man with many hats. He is wearing a hat, and yeah, Mike, introduce yourself.
Hi, Jake. Hi, everybody.
Hi, hello.
Hi, Mike.
All right. My name is Mike Serra. I am the Senior Master Technician, Shop Foreman, Transmission Technician, the wearer of many hats.
And construction worker.
Recently been doing
Ooh, exciting.
construction.
You got promoted.
I call it a promotion.
Depends on who's asking.
Yeah.
But it's a nice change of pace. And to my left today is our special guest, Eric Montenegro.
Hi.
Eric.
Here I am. Eric Montenegro here. Yes, I had to get a little spicy.
Flair.
Yeah, we were eating spicy chips earlier, so it's
Chili lime.
channeling that.
Comes
It was
natural.
chili lime.
Scorching.
I've been doing this for a long time as well.
I do this.
Officially going on, I think it's 4 years now. What the deal are. Something like that. Anyways, lots of fun.
Yeah, get back at us. Tell us what your work anniversary is.
Yeah. It's January 2nd.
Oh, nice.
I know that.
Okay.
I just can't remember if it's 17 or 18 that I started there. Yeah, I don't know why I started the day after New Year's, but I
I'm
did.
impressed you know the rate of it.
But, yeah, I fix broken engines.
That's very cool.
Thank you. And to my left, we have the bodacious
Ooh.
Allie Paul.
What's up, guys? It's me. It's Allie. I'm here. I love you. I do warranties. I work upstairs. I've been doing this stuff for about 11 years now.
Womp womp.
And yeah, I feel better. Like, I'm in a better place now. I don't
Do you want to thank me a little bit for that?
You know, I have my partner to support me sometimes.
It's only
It's only something. What's it? It works 100% of the time, 60% of the yeah.
I like the I thought that was well played. And
60% of the time,
There it is.
it works
Fantastic.
every time.
and to my left is
Nope. I've already introduced.
Oh
I
Shnooky.
started.
I mean, we could go around again if
Let's
you
just do
want.
it again.
I might do a whole episode of just doing introductions.
I don't need my ego inflated any further.
We have a lot of material to get through.
Well, I
Yes,
guess
we
I
do.
can't say all the wonderful things that I was about to say about you, so oh well, no big deal.
That's okay. We'll start it off with
This is what happens.
no. I love you dearly. I do. I see you. You're beautiful.
Me too.
So
Oh, there should be. Oh,
I'm a hopeless romantic.
this is Sugar Mike. I would have also accepted. I need about 350. So
That was all me, thank you.
in the spirit of Customer States, car drives itself on its own.
Does it have that new self-driving feature?
And I guess I should point out this was definitely not a Tesla.
wait, whose customer states is
We posted that,
On the
we
page.
posted that on the Facebook page. That actually came from my dealership. I posted that myself.
okay?
And
You have to elaborate on that.
So I go
Because
through.
what the fuck does that mean?
All right. So I go through every morning and read all the appointments and see what's coming from my department and write down time, stuff like that, just so I know what's coming in the door because I'm going to be called up at the service drive to go for real test.
AKA being nosy.
Yes.
He's being on top.
Kidding. I'm kidding.
That's
You're
a little
efficient.
bit of the pot calling the kettle black or whatever.
What?
You told me yourself that you're the nosiest person in the dealership. I think the words were,
I have-
I'm a nosy little bitch is what you
yeah,
said.
well, I mean, but I own up to it.
Okay, well, anyway.
I have eyes and ears
I like being
everywhere,
efficient.
from the janitors to the front sales. Anyways, back to your story, Mike.
We'll talk about the tea later.
Okay, so, wait, where were we?
You were talking about
Self-driving
Oh, the
cars.
self-driving car,
And going
yeah.
through all the
so,
appointments.
So,
How your nose.
they had a laundry list of concerns, and at the bottom of it was the car started driving itself on its own. And I was like,
which is redundant, but anyways.
what?
Yeah,
that's how the
I thought the same thing.
Like, what are you talking about? And then I looked at the vehicle and I'm like, oh, it's
You know, Mike, like those kids are doing Ghost Ride the Whip.
It's a Mach-E. It's a Mach-E. I knew
Oh.
it. Yeah.
And so I figured, some of their new, Copilot 360 driver assistant things go
That Blue
on
Drive that's
a
coming out.
guided highway, certain sections of highway, it
Depth
will
trap.
steer itself relatively on its own. You can't
Oh.
be, you can't be like, watching a movie in the passenger
Or
seat, while
passed
the car
out.
driving or whatever. You got to be in control, in charge of controls. But it will. They have
Does
these
it know
sections
if
of
like your
highway.
hands aren't on the wheel?
Yes, it'll alert you and say,
Okay.
put your hands back on the wheel.
There are a ton of alerts and specific settings and everything for that software. I mean, it is truly incredible, but you should know that your car has the ability to do that if you bought the car.
Right.
It's settings
Only
that are
there was,
displayed
like, a
on the
book.
giant dash
Yeah.
or the forbidden text.
The
Yeah.
the 12-inch screen in the middle of the car.
Dare you? Oh, and also the owner's manual is available on the 12-inch screen in the
It's
middle of the
happening
car.
a lot more
course it
now.
is,
Yeah. So, I mean, a lot of the stuff just needs to get stopped at the sales department or, God forbid, in the service drive if the service writer actually has to, take care of it themselves.
You mean the clown car?
I saw this meme floating around on one of the pages I'm following, and it's like the salesman handing the keys to a customer, and it says, "Here you go. Here's the keys.
Fuel's on the left."
doors on the left.
Yeah.
If you have any more questions, ask
Service. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Really? I mean, that's accurate.
It's super accurate. I'm like, oh my god, this is my life.
Yeah.
It's sad because that's actually how it is.
How do I set the child locks on my windows?
Can you help me pair my phone?
Yeah. Oh, that's.
What do you mean?
Yeah, if there's how many times that I have actually been hi, are you here for an appointment? Oh no, I just don't know how to do a Bluetooth. Alright.
How do I set my presets?
Mhm.
Do people still do that? Because I just plug my phone in
And go.
I'm pretty sure my car has the original factory presets on it.
You guys filled up my tires and now there's the check engine light.
But did they use the premium air?
Oh god.
Yeah, what
Alright.
kind of air did they put into the car?
Yeah,
Man,
that's
my-
important.
My heart still beats fast when I hear that. So be still, my beating heart. So a little backstory. Apparently there is a TikTok trend going around right now.
What is a TikTok?
Oh, stop, Grandpa.
So there's a TikTok trend, and I know of TikTok, and I've seen some TikToks, but this one,
Jake looks like he's using TikToks up close.
Jake TikToks.
Oh,
Well,
so-
he doesn't TikTok, but he watches.
100%. I watch TikToks. That shit's hilarious. I don't care. If
Oh, it
somebody
is.
else wants to
Funny.
act a fool, I'll gladly watch.
Yeah.
But so there is this trend going around that is surrounding premium air. So to give some backstory here so that you get a little bit more of what I went through, apparently daughters, sons, whatever the case, usually younger kids who have
Inexperienced.
inexperienced drivers or inexperienced mechanically either have a dad or a mom that does know what they're talking about, and they'll go and they'll be like, oh, I just got back from servicing my car and everything was fine and I got a great deal on premium air, and they're like, the fuck did you just say? And they're like, yeah, they filled up my tires.
$500.
Right, they filled up my tires for premium air. The guy said that it was a great deal for $75, and dads are like, are you fucking stupid? And this, that, and the other thing. So, my thrown to the wolves that this happened to me.
This was prior to you knowing anything
Correct.
about it.
Had no idea. So going in blind. If and for the listeners out there that know, the World's Strongest Man. There's a guy called Brian Shaw, and he's huge. Or
What was the mountain?
well, okay, you know what? Actually, that's better. So,
Like Jorgen Scherfensen.
either way, from
I can't say
oh my
his name
god,
either, but I don't care what his name
It's
is.
Game of Thrones.
It's Hafthor Jorgensen. Yeah, but from Game of Thrones.
Those are words.
Yeah, the mountain. So this guy is very similar to this dude's build. Maybe not quite as tall, but almost there. So it's like kill you with his pinky. So his daughter brings in her car first, and the son and dad bring their car second. So daughter drops off her car. I'm the one who writes the ticket. Dad comes in with the son, drops off their car, also write the ticket. So go forward, do both of the services, totally normal, both have prepaid maintenance. Don't sell anything, here's your service, have a great day. Daughter picks up first. She leaves. Dad, Mr. Giant, walks in and he goes,
The mountain.
yeah, the mountain. And he goes, and he's like, Jake, you sold my daughter premium air. I'm like, for $75 in her tires. I'm like, what? He's like, what? No, sir, I promise. No.
And in that moment,
So I'm promptly crapping myself behind the desk, and he's got this glare like, I'm gonna crack your skull like an egg. And he's like, no, bro, I'm just kidding. You didn't do anything like that. My daughter pulled some TikTok bullshit that I'm not aware of. Oh, my God. And he gives me his background to this. He's like, my daughter drove me over here to pick up the car. And as she's there, she's like, Dad, this service advisor named Jake sold me premium air.
She dropped your name?
Yes. She goes, this service advisor Jake sold me premium air in my tires. And the dude's like, I was about to come in here and kill you, dude. I hope you realize. I'm like, okay.
she literally saved your life.
Yeah, she did. And he said, I stepped out of the car and he's like, I almost broke that door off its hinges to her car. And she goes, Dad, no, stop. I'm kidding. So it was, if he would have moved a little bit quicker and shut that door, I may not be here today.
But can we say, though, that low-key, that was a flex from him? Because he scared the shit out of you, and now you know that he'll get super pissed if you ever fuck with him. So, don't...
Not that Jake's that kind of person.
No,
He would
he's
never
not.
do that.
No.
He's totally
Well,
not. That's not what I mean. I
know
just
what you
feel
mean.
like on the dad's part, he's like kind of like...
I am super careful when it comes to that, but I'm also respectful. I don't look at the girl and go, would you like to call your dad to make sure this is okay?
Oh, yeah, don't do
I
that.
will do whatever they ask me to, ask for a second contact, which is usually a parent, and then I will call them once they are gone and be like, hey, your daughter just dropped off your car. This is what she would like. No disrespect. Is this okay with everybody in the party involved?
Oh, yeah,
And I
that's
saved
a
myself.
sticky situation.
It's not. It's really not. It's like
you could just CC the parents and
that too.
Yeah,
email.
the email.
That has only backfired on me once, and I got a mother, and she's like, what, you don't think my daughter can take care of herself? And of course I'm like, ma'am, that's not it.
Right.
Anytime we have this, we have to be careful with anything that's authorized.
courtesy
Are these
to
people
you.
minors? Because that's easy enough.
Technically, I haven't had a single minor that I've had to do that with. Usually there is a parent present for that. It's when they are over 18, but still, I have to be careful. We have people who will bait you, where it's like, the daughter walks in, I want this, and this,
Oh,
you
and it
do
doesn't go on their card.
Correct, and then the parent shows
I
up
didn't
and it's like,
authorize
you
this.
did what I didn't authorize. So anyways, it's the angle of the dangle.
Well, speaking of angle, so I have a story, and we're going to call it the Angle Master story. This is something that actually occurred at my dealership. And we have on the new Rangers, we have
God,
an
not
issue.
this story.
Eric knows the story well.
Fortunate.
Not the story.
I've spent time in that vehicle.
So on the Ranger, we have an issue where there's a shutter or a driveline vibration felt when accelerating from a stop.
Sounds like
and
fun.
there's a technical service bulletin out for it. So
It's so minor. If you're a normal human being, you don't even feel it. You have to sit there
It's one of those people.
and turn the radio down to feel the vibration.
So the story goes that the technician was handed the ticket from another technician or somebody that told them to order parts and do the job. Well, the parts were on back order for a little bit, so we waited for the parts to come in. Then,
A month to be exact.
yeah, then the tool was on back order, and by the way, I ordered the tool July 10th, and it is now
October
14th.
October 14th.
15th.
15th.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and still have not
14th.
received the
Oh,
tool.
15th. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Yeah, still have not received the tool yet. And so anyway, he goes to go measure the vehicle and he tells me, oh, it's still there. I said, well, how is it compared to when it was before? He's like, well, I didn't drive it before. I said, what do you mean you
my
didn't drive
God.
the vehicle before? He's like, yeah, they told me to do the job. I said, so you didn't even verify the concern to start with? How do you know that it's not the same as every other vehicle? So, and so now we have this vehicle that's been sitting there for 3 months or so at this point. It's been sitting there for 3 months. Sales has been paying the rental bill for the customer. It's a brand new Ranger.
And his car payment.
It's got 1,200 miles on it. It's only got 1,200 miles on it.
I feel so bad for those people.
So the technician writes hotline. Hotline tells him to do some stuff. I tell the technician, listen, there's only 4 shims in this kit. It's a $900 kit. There's only 4 different shims in this kit to correct this condition. Go through and put every single one in and tell me which one you think is the best. Oh, well, I'll come pick you up for the road test. Okay, fine. So we do all of them and I tell him I think this one's the best. We let it sit there. Well, by this point, the field service engineer gets involved. And he tells me, well, what do you think compared to other vehicles? I said, well, I've driven, 4 or 5 other vehicles, brand new vehicles, and 3 customers' vehicles, and they all do the same thing.
Yeah.
Well, what are we doing? I said, the problem is that nobody did their jobs to verify the concern or test it with a like vehicle or whatever. He's like, well, okay, I'm going to be down there. We're going to take a look at it. So the first thing we do when the field service engineer gets there is I go to the sales department and I grab
another one.
I grab five keys for 5 brand new Rangers, and I take him out and I put his butt in the passenger seat, and in the sales lot I drive every single Ranger that I have keys for, 5 different ones. Every single Ranger feels like that.
Does it?
So I'm talking with the field service engineer, and he says to me,
There we go. Concern duplicated normal operation.
well, he says no. He
We're
says to
done
me.
here.
He says to me, "Is the question that all of these vehicles have the same problem, or is this a normal characteristic?" I said,
Sweet mother of God.
That is the question. Yeah.
"Listen, I don't know. We know that there's a technical service bulletin out for
Isn't
this
that his
concern.
job? No offense. Shouldn't he?
Nobody knows everything,
Yeah.
and there's
That's not
always
true, Mike. You're pretty goddamn close.
Have you met me?
Oh.
there's always going to be some amount of knowledge that the parent company doesn't transfer down. And like I told him, I said, you know what, maybe there will be another technical service bulletin or an updated part or something like that, or procedure in the future to correct this concern. And so what I told the technician to write in the story, which he didn't do, I actually had to write the story for him, was that I told him that
You should have gotten flagged for that work.
Yeah.
I did.
Oh, good.
Well, no, we paid the technician as well for his time for the TSB, but I also got paid for time on that as well.
Good.
Management was very gracious for that.
That's the way it should be.
So what we actually wrote on the ticket was that we had, we compared with, we did this TSB, it didn't get better, we got Ford involved, Ford told us to do this stuff, we did all this stuff, we put it to where we thought it was the best, we had the field service engineer come out and he was with the shop foreman and they road tested all, 9 different vehicles in total, which is no bullshit. I literally road tested 9 different vehicles with this guy, or between me and the technician.
Which I'm sure you wrote the mileages in and out for.
I
Is
most
that
certainly
correct?
did. The ones that were that had repair orders for, not the new cars.
Right.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I wrote in one too, by the way, so that makes 10.
so
Dang.
so I wrote in all these different vehicles, and I wrote all that stuff down in the story, and I even included what the field service engineer says. And at the end of the story, we had said, well, this is this is normal when compared to like vehicle, and no further action is required. So we were thinking that the customer was going to have a whole big stink about it, and the technician came down to me. He's like, "Oh my God, I can't believe." I said, "Listen, we've put into their head that we've made a repair on it. We've had Ford come out, and that we say that it's better. They've been out of the vehicle for 3 months. They may not have any idea what it felt like before." So the vehicle gets released, and I'm just expecting to hear from the service manager, "Oh, that car's getting bought back. We're going to have the Ford come out and blah blah." No, what I hear from the technician is the customers took the car back and said it's perfect. It's never driven like that before. And I shit you not, that is literally what happened.
And a whopping 1,200 miles here.
And that's kind of, again, the point of like almost seeding the way that you want the conversation to go. If you tell them that you made a repair.
Placebo effect.
Yeah, I mean,
to an extent.
You guys did make a repair.
I
It's not like
personally
you're
drove it.
bullshitting.
I drove it when it was, when he did the first thing, and then I drove it with all the different shims in it, and I feel like the 1 degree shim that we used was the best. So anyway,
There you have it.
that's a kind of crazy story of a mishap on so many different levels, and I'm still waiting for my tool, Ford. Please send me my tool.
Wait, relating to this same concern still?
Yeah, it's a special angle finder tool this tool is only used for, I mean, it's used for a bunch of different stuff, but in this TSB, it specifically calls for this tool because it's got to go down to like, I think the third decimal point or something, where it's calibrated specially or something like that. And before, you could find them on like Amazon or on the tool trucks, but as of recently, whatever special unobtainium material that they make,
There must be a microchip in
you
it.
can't get them.
Yeah.
You can't get them from Snap-on, Matco. You can't find them on Amazon anymore. The ones at Harbor Freight don't work very well, so you can't
Like
because it's got to be
everything else.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be a specific measurement.
You really want to trust a precision tool, that you paid $10 for.
Yeah.
Not gonna happen.
Right.
Sorry.
So but fortunately, there's only 4 different options. So if you don't have the tool, try all 4 of them, and it's not like you have to remove the engine or transmission to do this job. You drop the shocks and drop the axle down, and you put the shims in and go. So I mean, it's a relatively easy thing to get done.
Right.
So anyway, that's the end of that story.
Oh, boy.
We have, and I don't want to say too much about this. And I don't even know if Allie knows about this, but I'll tell you.
What do I not know?
I'll tell you this. Your job's about to get fun.
Why?
So-
is this about CX-30s?
No, this is not about CX-30s. This is about all of the new turbo engines.
I want you to know I just physically saw her shoulders drop when you said that.
Yeah. So, and there's not a whole lot released, but we're getting a couple of customers here and there that are complaining about unusual oil consumption, even past the point. Yeah, past the point of turbos, how they just eat oil way past it. So Mazda to begin with was like, well, we're not 100% sure what it is, just top off the oil or give a free oil change until we figure out what's going on. And now it sounds like there is an active leak within the block, and it sounds like we will be replacing full engine.
Cool.
Yeah.
Wait, does this have to do with a certain kind of vehicle that there aren't that many of?
Every single engine that has a turbo attached.
Oh, no.
What?
That's all of them.
Yeah, I mean, almost.
I'm going to ask for a percentage of the warranty dollars.
And granted, don't get me wrong, there's like a VIN, like specific, like from here to here.
Yeah,
This-
specific
range,
whatever,
but
yeah.
from how they're saying the letter we got was, we are hoping to have the turbo engines readily available for this upcoming repair. So
I mean, it could be for 1 or 2 model lines. So it's like in our instance, it's a 2.3 liter turbo or whatever.
the
It's
the 6,
you never know.
the CX-5, the CX-9, the Mazda 3, and the CX-30 are all affected.
Don't tell anybody.
Tell anyone what.
So we'll see where that goes, but I've already had 3 customers who have come in with this complaint.
That's fun.
And they're all like, please tell me what you find out. I'm like,
But what's their concern? Are they? I'm curious. Are they actually checking their oil level? Or are they getting a notice on the dash saying, "Hey,
oil
the
light,
dummy light,
oil light's coming
Okay.
on." Yeah, like in my one customer,
dummy
in his
light.
case, was 3.5 weeks after his oil change. The oil light came on.
Yeah, I'd be worried too.
So there's that.
Because that comes in as a ever since, yeah.
Yeah, but the one ever since, no. But anyways, yeah, and I guess the good thing is we don't have as many new cars. It's like there's used, so we'll have a little bit less to worry about. But still,
I had an interesting ever since here recently too. I'll make it a short story. I had this SUV come in for I think it was overheating. It was overheating. That's right. The water pump was leaking. Okay, whatever. Big deal. Great.
welcome to
great.
Ford.
Shots
Funny.
fired.
Funny. Hilarious. So we sold him a water pump and it was customer pay and a timing belt. All right, cool. Front of the engine, no big deal. It's a transverse motor, so pull the right wheel, whatever. I do my repair for the water pump and the timing belt. Customer takes the vehicle, he brings it back, and he says, and of course the whole thing starts with "ever since you." Okay, so all of a sudden his AC doesn't work, quote unquote. All of a sudden, and there's a burning smell while driving. okay, well, when I did the inspection initially, I mentioned that it had a pretty bad oil leak from the top of the engine. But I was advised by the advisor that it was like pulling teeth to get him to pay for the water pump. So
You go Tesla?
we didn't try and sell him anything
Don't
else.
fix your car.
I'm sorry.
Was not expensive piece.
So I wasn't going to go through the trouble of writing out the parts list to sell him the valve cover gasket and whatever else he needed. And I saw the smoke coming out of the tailpipe when I started to. Oh, that was the other thing too. Ever since we changed the water pump, it started smoking out of the tailpipe.
Oh, because that totally wasn't happening before.
Yeah, that's something I did. Anyways, so it was. I told him, I gave him his parts list, and sure as shit, he didn't buy a damn thing
Right.
and took the car and left. So
It's like, sir, you're correct. I put fog juice inside with the oil. It's October. It's spooky month. I was
Yeah.
trying to help.
adding to the effect.
And you're right, we didn't charge you for that either, so you should count your lucky stars because.
Absolutely. Anyways,
California.
So if I may interject real quick,
Interject.
You may.
I had mentioned that I had started putting in questions and polls in
Yes.
the episode for the Spotify listeners, right? So I have some poll results in from a previous episode.
North Pole or the South Pole?
In
Medium pull.
Stripper pole.
phrasing.
I was thinking the same thing, but I didn't want to. Thank you, Jake.
You're welcome, man. I got you.
Okay,
Back to Mikey's poll.
In this episode, it was the episode that we talked about, having to be certified.
Sorry.
Having to be certified.
Joke.
Ali thought it was funny.
That's pretty good. So in the previous episode, we had talked about being certified to working on, to be able to work on cars.
Do your job.
And in the
Why are you looking at me, Michael? Anyways, moving on.
Glances were exchanged.
So in the poll question on Spotify, I had posted, do you think it's important for techs to be certified to work on what they work on? And a whopping 86% responded, yes, it's critical to know the ins and outs of the warranty policy and procedures.
What?
Eric.
In my defense,
Are you not?
no. Hold on. Let me preface all of this with in my defense.
We do. Why?
I need a battery video.
I got another one coming, just wait. Let's hear this excuse.
I do know the ins and outs of our warranty policies and procedures and all that fun stuff. I know how to use the workshop manual. I know how to properly diagnose a vehicle. I went to school for this. I'm not flying by the seat of my pants.
The Cranberry Institute.
Yes, I did. I did have a cranberry. Anyway,
Look at him.
I want you to know that it took me an episode or two to figure that out.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yes,
Oh,
I'm
really?
so mad it did, but I did.
Ever since I
Ever since you?
saw UTI.
Yeah. No, not again. We're not doing that again.
Cranberry
That's what I said
Institute.
about.
Yeah, whatever.
Right away, that's what I thought about. Anyways,
Yeah, no, I was late to that party.
So you know everything.
okay.
in and
Well,
out.
no, see, going back to what I told you earlier, right? Have you met me? No. I have experience. I know what I'm doing, but excuse me. Oh my god. Where's that cough button at?
It's coming.
coming soon.
I don't have the certification specifically for my manufacturer. So I have the experience.